You know, the Ten Commandments being in Texas is so absurd for so many reasons. And I say this as a person of faith who happens to believe in God. And if you don't, I don't care. It's none of my damn business. You have Tennessee putting the Bibles in schools. You know, this isn't even really political. This is just from a scriptural perspective. We have something called free will. You have the free will to believe in God, don't believe in God. You want to worship a grasshopper? Go ahead. You want to be straight? Go ahead. You want to be gay? Go ahead. You want to worship a guy who abuses women? Hey, you're morally bankrupt, but you have the right to do it. You want to follow your Antichrist? You have that right. But what you don't have the right to do is to push your fake Christianity on other people. And it's fake because faith without works is dead. All you white supremacist MAGA do is beat people on the head with the Bible. Turn to God! Turn to God! And every Sunday, for 1 hour, you pretend to be a Christian. You drive there after watching 26 hours of Fox News, after owning the libs, after going on Twitter and making the most abhorrent, disgusting, vile comments against people. And you go there with your Joe and the Ho bumper sticker and F Joe Biden flag and praise Jesus, hallelujah, on the libs are destroying America. You never, ever display anything that Jesus stood for. Compassion, kindness, empathy. Have you worked at a soup kitchen? Have you volunteered at a homeless shelter? Have you made beds for people that sleep on the floor? Have you done anything to help anybody other than yourself? No. Because that's what white Christian nationalism is. That's what you people are. You're Pharisees. You want to play God, not follow him. You want Barabbas, not Jesus. You want Trump, not God, because he is your God. He is your deity. You worship him. He's on your bumper stickers, your hats, your condoms. He's on everything. You don't have Jesus on all those things. Did you build a Jesus hamburger stand? Do you have Jesus flying on there on January 6th? No, because he is your ball. He is your false god, your golden calf. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot live in both light and darkness. Do not be lukewarm. By your fruits shall you be judged. If you have to tell people that you're a Christian, you're most likely not. Because it means that who you are as a person, that you're a piss poor reflection of Jesus. He helped people. He cured people. He fed people. He was compassionate. He forgave his enemies. But you just want to own the libs. Your guy says, I hate Taylor Swift. I hate the Democrats. Wow, so Christ-like. Jesus is just oozing, right? But you've been indoctrinated by the church. You want to demonize abortion and gay people? Are you supposed to be on your third marriage? Oh, nobody's perfect. See, because you're hypocrites. And even when they hear this, their brains shut down because they can't admit that they're wrong because of toxic masculinity. They view growing and seeing a different point of view as weakness. They feel like they have to win every argument. They're a hammer and everything else is a nail. Whether that's a conversation, whether that's a sporting event, whether that's at work, whether what's that a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever it is. Everything is about winning, owning the libs, defeating the libs. Law and order, you're all going to hell. That's all you have. You are nothing like what Jesus stood for. You are literally antichrists. You are. You're the opposite of what he stood for. And watch the comments on this video. Cry harder, lib. Trump's still your daddy. Because they're insecure. Schadenfreude. You enjoy the suffering of others. That's what they do. They're lonely and they're empty. And the only way they know how to be happy is to tear people down. They feel like society has left them behind. Well, all you've done is shit on other people your whole life. You've tore people down. You've demonized anybody that's not a straight white evangelical. That's all you've done is been a bigot. That's all you've done. You don't know how to love or have compassion or empathy. You're drunk on this Schadenfreude. It's like an alcoholic. No matter how much you drink, it's never going to be enough. You're always going to want to tear more people down. And that's what they're attracted to. Is the Antichrist sitting in the White House. One of them. Probably not the one, but he is an Antichrist along with all of his followers. So maybe if you actually walked with compassion and kindness and empathy, and I'll leave you with this, all of you fake pro-lifers, you're forced birthers. Because once the child is born, you don't give a damn if that kid is unalived in a school. Thoughts and prayers. You don't care if it has a living wage. Thoughts and prayers. There's just nothing we can do. You don't care if it has universal health care. You don't have it has clean water. You don't care if it has clean air. You don't give a damn about life once it's born, except for your own. And isn't that ironic? That the greatest commandment was to love thy neighbor as thyself. But what you practice is love thyself. Was I better off than I was 4 years ago? Me, 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 me. How about was everybody else better off? Because when you only vote for yourself that you are better off, that means A, do you have more of Caesar's money? Me, greed, greed, greed. But you don't give a damn about your neighbors. That's why you're not Christians.